Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be ranking the Genshin characters, from Inazuma specifically anyway, as your friendly neighborhood Naku weed dealers, or just any relationship they might have to the Inazuma cartel, because every character is suited for different things. Some people might not be the best at just dealing on the street. Some people might prefer the lab life, where they're making the product. So with that in mind, let's get right into it. So first we have Ayaka. Ooh, she's really wholesome. I can imagine herself turning herself in, but at the same time, as a dealer, I think she would be really good. But where would she even get the Nakui to sell? I mean, it does grow in Inazuma. Ooh, wait, okay. Maybe Ayato, as the big bro, is the kingpin of Inazuma's Nakuweed industry. Yeah. So one day, he'll call Ayaka into his office, and he's like, Ayaka, I think it's time we let you in on the family business. And Ayaka's like, what are you talking about, big bro? And he's like, you see this bag right here, Ayaka? This is 96% pure Naku weed, and we grow it right here in our backyard. Ooh, no, he has an under the Kamisato estate lab. Yeah, so maybe behind like a bookshelf in his office, there's a staircase that goes down. Yeah, okay. So he would be the kingpin. He would designate all the jobs for his cartel to do. We'll get into who works for him though. Ayaka though, maybe he'll send Toma with her on her first job to Rito to sell some of the Naku Kush. And Ayato's like, Toma, make sure she doesn't mess anything up. And Toma's like, I got you, boss. Why am I giving him an Italian accent? This is Inazuma. Anyway, so yeah, Toma himself would be full-time in the game and he would be perfect. He would be an amazing dealer. He already has those haggling skills where he's good at negotiating prices and stuff. So as a dealer, top tier. Maybe he even helps out in the lab. He is Ayato's full-out right-hand man, and I don't think he would ever screw up. Ayaka, on the other hand, I think would eventually catch on that her brother's doing some illegal activities, and she approaches him like, brother, why are we doing this? And Ayato's like, Ayaka, sometimes we gotta do things that we're not proud of. And then Ayaka's like, but this is wrong. And then you know what Ayato would do? He would call up Aether. Yeah, okay, because Aether would probably be a dealer for like every nation across Tevat, because his commissions just maybe turn into sell 10 G's of Kush. So he's like, Aether, I know you like my sister and she really likes you. Why don't you convince her to get into the business? So Aether's like, Ayaka, it's not that bad. I even do it myself from time to time. And then Ayaka tries it, and I think potentially she might get hooked. Because Ayaka's a very adventurous, likes to explore new things kind of girl, but she needs that initial push that I think Aether would give. So Aether's gonna be the side hustler, and Ayaka, I think, would consume it. And then Ayato gets really mad at Aether, like, Aether, I told you to teach her to sell, not teach her to take it. And then Aether's like, to sell your product, you must consume your product. And then Ayato's like, Toma, kill him. So Aether's gonna get gunned down, Ayaka's going to rehab. That's the first little arc we have. I don't know. I got way too into that. But yeah, Ayaka would be fine after a while. She would just have to get reintroduced into society. Who else do we have who would work for Ayato? I think Sayu, yeah. So she's the stealthy go-getter. So since she's so lazy, I think Ayato might need to give her that little incentive. Like, Sayu, if you do this job for me, I'll let you have 20 extra minutes of nap time. And then Sayu's like, really? And I think she would be pretty good at this, because maybe like a customer's waiting for her in a back alley, like, where is that dealer? I need my Naku Kush. And then Sayu just pops up from the sewer, and they're like, where did you come from? She's like, enough talk, here's your stuff, give me the money, goodbye. She would be really to the point, wants to get back to the Kamisato estate just to get some nap in. Yeah, so see, Ayato knows how to play his pieces. But I think Sayu would be a side hustler, yeah. She only goes from time to time. Kazua, I think, works for nobody because he's the wanderer. I think he might be the informant. Yeah, okay. So since he's always going from place to place, Ayato might contact him like, Kazuzu, I need you to scout out this area for me. It's run under the Yae Miko cartel. So Miko's gonna be the other queen pin. We're gonna get to her, but Kazua works for Ayato as like a spy. Maybe he goes undercover in Miko's cartel to find out like her evil plans because you know Miko's a scheming little fox. So yeah, I think Kazua is going to be a side hustler just doing different jobs for Ayato. He might even consume too because he has that stoner hippie vibe. But yeah, he's gonna be the side hustler. Miko, on the other hand, is the queen pin of the cartel. Yeah, and her and Ayato are constantly at war with each other. Yeah, okay. So, the face of Miko's operation is gonna be the Shogun. And Miko to Raiden is like, baby, this stuff right here, the Naku weed in my hands, specially crafted at the shrine. If people consume this, they'll believe in eternity forever. Yeah, because I feel like she would trick Raiden into getting into this, but she would never tell her to legalize Naku weed. No, because that would ruin the profit chain. Because if everybody's selling it, then Miko's not gonna make as much money. So Raiden's gonna be a full-time dealer and delegator for Miko. Yeah, because they're still like friends, right? So Raiden's gonna be full-time in the game, and I think if Raiden tries to sell to somebody, the client's gonna be like, oh my god, it's the Shogun. She's like, buy this from me, mortal. They're like, isn't that like illegal? And she's like, nonsense, take it now or face dire consequences. She would threaten people into just taking the Naku weed. Yeah, okay. Yoimiya is perfect for this industry because she already has like some under the table things she's done in the past to help out with the whole rebel against the Shogun. But in the Naku weed dealing industry, she's gonna be a full-time dealer, and Naganohara Fireworks is gonna be a supply chain. Yeah, a subsidiary company that works for Ayato. Okay, so every now and then Ayato's like, Toma, go check in on Naganohara Fireworks. I need to see how our next supply is coming along. And Toma's like, yes, boss. Goes to see Yoimiya, and behind the firework counter is just another underground staircase with kind of like a mini greenhouse that's growing the Naku weed. Yeah. So she's perfect. As a dealer, top tier without a doubt. Everything about her it's perfect for this. And she would work for Ayato. Maybe not even as a seller, just an all-arounder. She'd do a bit of everything like Toma here. Next, we have Sara. So the thing with Sara is she's gonna do whatever Raiden says, no exception. So Raiden's gonna be like, Sara, spread this eternity drug to everybody. And Sara's gonna be like, yes, my queen. But I think eventually she would just be selling things all willy-nilly and starts to see the people she sells to kind of get down bad. Like maybe Mark at the local corner store. Why is his name Mark? Anyway, he looks really tired all the time. And she's like, Mark, what's wrong? And Mark's like, I think I took too much of that Naku Kush. And she's like, what's the Naku Kush? And Mark's like, you just sold it to me the other day. And she's like, what have I done? Raiden, you have to stop this. And she's like, no, anything for eternity. And Miko is like, Raiden, kill Sara. She knows too much. So Sara's like, don't listen to that vixen, Raiden. But I think Raiden's gonna kill Sara. Yeah, this is gonna be really sad too. No. When Sara was dealing, she was probably pretty good. But when the brain cells started connecting what's really going on, nah, she would be like the detective that gets too close to the truth. Yes. Next up, we have Kokomi, and I want to do Goro too over here. So I think Kokomi and Goro are gonna work for Ayato without a doubt. And they're gonna have a little secret hideout on Watatsumi Island that keeps the reserves of the Naku weed. Yeah, because let's say Ayato gets caught one day. He can easily bail himself out of any situation, either with words or with the insane cash flow. Yeah, Daddy Ayato has a lot of money. So with that in mind, they work for him. The only issue is, since Kokomi's so wholesome and cares about the health of everybody, I think she's gonna turn herself in. Yeah, and Goro being the right hand subordinate would follow in her footsteps because these two are just really wholesome, down-to-earth people. And I think Ayato's like, why'd you turn yourself in? And Kokomi's like, we've gone down a wrong path, Ayato. And Ayato's like, don't give me that BS, Kokomi, I need you. And Kokomi's like, well, I don't need you. Ooh, Kokomi, yes. And just to make sure that Ayato doesn't get the supply, she burns down the hideout. Ayato's like, my Naku! But yeah, these two are turning themselves in. They're too pure for this industry. Ito, bro, no. Him and Shinobu, okay. So maybe one day, the Arataki gang becomes like a little like cartel of its own. They're not like one of the big boys like Miko or Ayato, but like they're a group of 10 that deal throughout Rito and Inazuma City. But one day, the vixen, Miko, catches them selling on her turf. And she walks up to them with like 10 armed bodyguards and a shogun by her side. And she tells them, you guys are selling on my turf. You have two choices. You can join me, or you know what the other choice is. And Ito, being the hothead that he is like, screw you, lady. You don't tell the Arataki gang what to do. And then she's like, Raiden, kill him. And Ito's getting gunned down in the streets. Yes. And Shinobu being the smart one out of the group, like the rest of the Arataki gang, when Ito gets offed, just runs away. But Raiden makes swift work of them. And then Miko walks up to Shinobu like, you're the smart one out of this group, aren't you? And then Shinobu's like, yeah, I went to law school and now I'm dealing Naku weed for the Arataki gang. But nah, Shinobu is genuinely very logical and she knows her stuff. I think she would be a phenomenal dealer. And Ito, honestly, if he wasn't gunned down, with his charisma, might be pretty good as well. But Shinobu's gonna have to work full time for Miko reluctantly. Ooh. Since Shinobu's actually so loyal, even though she squabbles with the boys all the time, maybe she's planning in the shadows to assassinate Yae Miko. That would be so cool. Yeah, so she's abiding her time, waiting for the moment to strike. But that's how it's gonna end. Yeah, we don't know if she'll ever get Miko, maybe if we have a part 2, but yeah. Next up, we got Hazel. Ooh, the detective. I feel like he's probably going undercover to try to bust Miko. Yeah, so he becomes a side hustler dealer and gets into a battle of the wits. Who would win, the cunning fox or the flirts with your mom detective? I think the cunning fox would win, but she would never full out tell Hazel that she knows what he's doing. Yeah, because Hazel's probably really useful because he's a top tier seller. He has that charisma. He can sell really well is what I'm saying. So he would be one of the frontmen of Yae Miko's like little cartel. Like when you think of a Miko cartel dealer, a lot of the time, the flirts with your mom Hazel is the first person coming to your mind. Yeah. So similar to Shinobu, bro, they're both plotting against Miko, but I think Miko's gonna be like a couple steps ahead. And when they finally get to the point where they think they have her, she's gonna, you know, do what needs to be done, to say the least. But until we get to that point, Hazel's gonna be the side hustler investigating Miko, and yeah, simple enough. Aloy and Lumine. Okay, again, they're not from Inazuma, but I'm gonna sneak them in here. So what if Lumine, who finds out that her brother was killed by the Kamisato clan, is plotting some revenge? Yeah, so maybe Ayaka told Lumine that Ayato was the one who had Aether killed, and Ayato doesn't know that Lumine knows. So he hires Lumine as another side hustler, and he's like, I'm sorry for what happened to your brother, Lumine. And Lumine's like, don't worry about it. I'm sure everything will be just right soon enough. And then Lumine's like, you can give me more hours, by the way. I could sell even more if you want. Because Lumine is a wholesome, top-tier seller without a doubt. And Ayato's like, hey, if you need more work, you know where to come. The Kamisato cartel is here for you. But she would be plotting waiting to strike the bro down. Yeah, okay. There's so many side plots here. So many trying to get rid of the kingpin of the industry. Yeah. And Aloy, I think, is going to be the gatherer of supplies. Yeah, because she's always camping in the wild. Maybe she's contracted by Miko just to bring some Naku weed back from time to time. Since Aloy's the queen of the scouts, knows how to pinpoint things on the land, she could tell Miko where some new stuff is growing. Yeah, so she's a side hustler for Miko. Alright guys, that was the Inazuma cartel list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to let me know if you think Ayato or Miko are eventually gonna get overthrown. But with that in mind, take care guys, and have a good one.
Thanks for watching. Please sub. Bye.